but that goes back to exactly what you just said. Like you say you don't go on Twitter because but you come on the podcast. So I would say like that goes back to me like being consistent, right? I try not to use our podcast like my Twitter. I try not to do those two, even though there is a separation. But the reason why I do so is because if I tweet, niggas will identify with both of us. You see what I'm saying? So when it is my opinion,
I'm not getting on. Like, yeah, I hear you. I know why you do
no,
that.
but what I'm saying, but what I'm saying is, what if there is, okay, is there a time to be critical as a fan? Yes, there is. But like you say, we're in a like it's your podcast, right? We said, well, I suggested that we come and talk about things that interest us, that makes us happy, that makes us engage with wrestling on a positive level. And we talk, and you like, nah, because emotionally, if there's something that needs to be addressed, I will address it. That often comes back to happen all the time because as a fan, you can always find something that needs to be addressed.
I've
And that
had
is
go back and listen to how many podcasts I had prior to WrestleMania. Every single one, I'm like, yo, wrestling's in a good place. Wrestling's in a good place. Wrestling's in a good place. So I give love every single time there's love. Even this pod we just had, I give love but I give love very specifically. If you hear me and you hear the context of what I say, but you can't give specifics on Twitter the way that's why I'm not on it as much. I can't really go into deep detail why. Oh, this thing doesn't work for me and why I think it's not a good idea. Now, if I'm writing articles, that gives me time to flesh out why this is something I'm not feeling, But everybody's a critic. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Everybody's a critic. Some critics are just like, don't not say the thing that I disagree with because I'm not critical in that way. That's how people are. Look, I'm not critical in that way. So you're being too much of a critic. When they do the same thing, when you like something, you're going to come out and say it. That's still critiquing it, and you're just positive about it. I think that you just have a positive critique. You have a positive opinion. I think that criticism can be negative and it has a negative connotation, but it doesn't have to be. I don't think. I think that just
no,
saying something that it means you're
I think
engaged.
I mean, true, right? Critical, right, means analytical almost, right? And most times you aren't coming to a critical debate or critical discourse to be analytical. I'm not speaking of you. I'm just speaking. We're talking about in general and generalistics, right? Generalities of the word critical, right? People are expressing adverse and disappointment, but they're not coming to it with the analytical base. That's why I always have an argument portion of like, what's empirical? You dig? Like I don't really
In
delve
wrestling, there
into
really isn't anything empirical. That's why we're in this echo chamber a lot because it's subjective, and that's the empirical statement is that it is subjective. So being cynical about other people's cynicism, I think it's just, but it's just absurd to me. It's like we already know what this is.